Maurizio Iacano from Kataklysm is with us for 5 minutes alone. Are you ready, Maurizio?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. What was the first piece of music, first record you heard that made you go, "Fuck yes, that's what I want to do"?
It was Metallica's Kill 'Em All.
Great record.
That was the first one. Yeah, I got that record. I played it, and the hammer with the blood was the thing that got me. And I played it, and I couldn't believe that distorted bass sounded like that, and all kinds of crazy stuff. And it got me to play bass.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Do you think you would have picked up that album if they'd gone with the original cover, of the dagger coming out of the toilet?
That's what it was. I
That was
didn't even know.
supposed to be what it was, and the
Really?
record companies were like, "Yeah, no, that's not." Yeah, Kmart won't stock that.
No, 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 I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have. I see, that's the importance of a cover. That's the importance of a cover.
Indeed, indeed. All right, man. What about a drink? You mentioned earlier in our interview that you don't mind a red wine, you don't mind a beer. But if I'm taking you to a bar in New Zealand and I'm buying, what's your poison these days? What's your drink?
Depends on the weather. If it's really hot, I'm going to go for a cold beer, probably a Stella or a Peroni,
Yep.
something like that. Really cold. It has to be really cold. If you tell me, well, we like in room temperature like they do in England, I'm going to skip the beer. That's good. And then sometimes I like a stiff drink before I have dinner called a Negroni. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Yep.
So it's a Campari with vermouth and all. That's a very strong, stiff drink. I like that. If I have a cigar, I'm on the Glenlivet whiskey.
Yeah, yeah, you can't beat a good whiskey, eh? Can't beat a good
Yeah.
whiskey. Oh, it's all right. All good. I've got a bottle I got given for my 50th. It's worth about $1,200 a bottle. It's
Oh,
like
really?
a 25-year-old Glenlivet. Yeah, that's just
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So
I'm
when
jealous.
when you're down, when you come down, come visit because I've got a lot of whiskey. So
I
yeah,
might I might come just for that. The 25, I'll take a little bit of
Yeah,
that.
why not, man? Why not? All right. What about you've 15 albums in, you've done all the XDO stuff, you've done Invictus, you've toured a lot. You must have toured with some absolute critters. Who's got the most disgusting habit of anyone you've toured with?
The more disgusting habit.
Habit, yeah.
Oh man, I can't put nobody under the bus like that. Who has the most disgusting habit? Well, actually, it's not a habit. I'm gonna say that it's more like the dude from Soul Work on this last tour, the new guitar player, Simon. He snores like a motherfucker. I mean, like I've never heard it. I thought it was a machine and it was him, and I couldn't sleep. I had to move bunks down the road, and it sounded like something out of a horror movie. And I was like, dude, you might need to go see a doctor. So I would say the dude from Soul Work.
Yeah, that's tough that's tough on the same bus, man. That's tough on the same bus.
Yeah.
What about what's on the bedstand at night, man? What are you reading?
The what?
What are you reading?
What am I reading? Lately, to be honest, I haven't read much. Haven't read much lately. I do have on my bedstand right now The Art of War. So I do read that sometimes, little by little. It's a very complicated book, so
Mm.
you got to take bits and pieces of it and analyze it. And then what else do I have? My wife bought me the different version of Marcus Aurelius Meditations, which I want to read again. I had read it, and I kind of want to go back to it now, as because I read it 6 years ago. I want to read it now to see if it's still relevant in my mind the same way it was back then. So I have a couple of things like that
Yeah.
that are right now. Yeah.
Is the copy on your bedstand of Sun Tzu's The Art of War the same one that we see in the Invictus videos that you're reading in the cell?
Yeah. Yep. You
I
noticed that, right? Yeah, you
did.
noticed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
that up. Pick that
yeah.
up, man.
But
No,
I'm
that's
still
cool.
I'm still not done with it, so it's a while.
It's a
It's
long
been a
read.
while. Yeah. I like movies, man. I like so my attention span sometimes with all the stuff I got going on, because I also manage a bunch of bands. I got an agency, I got all kinds of stuff like that. And sometimes I prefer a 2 hour movie
Mm.
and I'm done with it. And the concept and the idea is all at once in a very layman terms. And I got it all there, right? The idea behind it. But when I want specifics, you need a book,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. No, I get that, man. I get that. Do you read any fiction, or are you very much like a art
I'm
of
too
war?
realistic. I'm too
Yeah,
real. Like, yeah, I'm like too like I don't like if I do a fiction, it's going to be something I'll watch a movie about, like a science fiction movie that's cool. I'll watch that. But Prometheus or something like that,
yeah,
like I'll watch that movie and I'll be like, oh, cool, But there's still some truth in those things, so I like that. But I'm very into real things that I can adapt to and learn from, So yeah.
yeah. Cool, man. All right. Well, a
Although
final question.
I watched the Pope's Exorcist movie with Russell Crowe. I watched that, and I don't do a lot of horror movies, but I watched that one, and he did a great job. But I thought it was cheesy as fuck, But that's just me. Some people, Glenn loved it from DSI. He's like, dude, you gotta watch this movie, man. And I was like, okay. Then I watched it, like, all right, bro. I
All
know
right.
why you're Satanist shit. Like me, I'm like, it's like
Mate, when you said the Glenn from their side, I was just like, all I remember is an interview that I read from him back, I don't know when it was, about how he bought this place because it had a view of is it a mortuary, like the back door of a hospital or something? He goes, then I could watch all those souls going to hell. And he's saying this in this interview. And I'm like, I don't know how if I can take much that you say fucking seriously, bro.
yeah. Yeah, he's nuts like that, But it's tongue in cheek a lot with him too,
Yeah.
So
Playing up to this type.
yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. All right, final question. Maurizio, kid comes up to you today, says, what's metal? And you can answer him by giving him one album. Which album are you going to give him?
Oh man, that's a tough one. What's metal? I think I still have to go Metallica, Master of Puppets. I think if you're gonna start, I have two different. To me, there's three different worlds in death metal. There's the extreme world where you could maybe a Deicide record like Once Upon the Cross, or Cannibal Corpse record on that world. But then there's the Pantera world, which I think is super rebellious and I loved. Vulgar Display of Power. And then there's the Master of Puppets from Metallica, which I think was a revolution, like that took place. Then there's Iron Maiden. So it's tough. It's tough. But I would go with Metallica, Master of Puppets. And there's nobody that's going to listen say, I don't like that record. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to be like deaf. It's like there's so much,
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
No, could not agree with you more. That's probably my all-time favorite record. I think
it's up there.
It's always in the top 5 anyway. Put it that way.
Yes.
It's always in the top 5. Good stuff,
Thank
Maurizio. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. I hope to see you again in Australia at some point. Maybe we can see each other there, man.
Yeah, that'd be great, man.
You're in New Zealand.
I'm in New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah, in New Zealand. I've never been there.
All right. Well, if you come,
I've been everywhere except New Zealand. It's one of the 2-3 countries we haven't played that I really want to try. So we'll make an effort to get there.
Yeah, mate, it'd be great to see you. Be great to see you. I'll even crack out the whiskey for you. Hey, there you go.
Hey, I'm there. Cheers, bro.
Cheers, bro.
Thank you.